Listen, before I even get into this video, let me just clarify something. I'm not about to bang on the Hodge twins because of their nationality or their color. This has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that they are just straight up grifters. And they don't actually believe in the crap that they espouse. And I can prove it to you. So here's the thing. First and foremost, I actually really like the Hodge twins. I think they're super funny and entertaining, and I watch a lot of their content. So this isn't to say that their content is bad or their podcast is bad, because they are two funny guys and I enjoy watching them. Me and my wife both watch them a lot. But you cannot tell me that you have two black men espousing victimhood of white men, of which I belong to, and actually believe that crap. You cannot sit there and tell me that you agree with guys like Nick Fuentes, who wants segregation in the United States again. Newsflash, Hodge twins, if that were to happen, what side of the road do you think you're going to be on? Do you think you're going to be on the side over here with the white guys? Or do you think you're going to be over there in the slums with the black guys? Because that's exactly what guys like Nick Fuentes is calling for. Now, there's a lot of things that I agree with Nick on and a lot of things that I don't. His anti-interracial marriage stuff is garbage. We're all human beings. None of us predestine ourselves to be white, black, Asian, whatever. That's God, right? And so nowhere does God say that there needs to be segregation of people. And so to have Nick Fuentes on their platform and really not hold him to account in that regard, to me, that was pretty weak of them. They had a golden opportunity to call him out and say, listen, man, we may agree on a lot of conservative things. And listen, you do not have to be a white person to be conservative. There are black conservatives and Latino conservatives, Asian conservatives. Democrats and blacks and Asians and ethnic diversity, that's not a Democrat thing. The Democrats own the argument on it because so many on the right are just outright racist pigs. And so it pushes a lot of people away. So I'm not saying that the Hodge twins are not conservative, that they don't hold conservative values. What I'm saying is a lot of the times in their content, they'll bag on black people and then they'll support and defend white people. Well, we don't need your support, bro, because white people are still the majority in this country and hold all the access and powers at every single level. So we don't need you to come and defend us. You need to be defending yourselves because white people aren't going to do it for you. People like Donald Trump, they would just assume to see you in a kitchen slaving away, cooking his meal, than having a podcast. This is why Donald Trump is so infatuated with Ilhan Omar, a strong black woman, as well as other strong black women in the Congress. Because he absolutely hates to see any strong woman, let alone a black one, because he sees blacks as inferior. And the fact that you have these two black men defending Donald Trump when he himself would love to see those two black men back in shackles like their ancestors just goes to tell me that everything that they're saying in that regard is an act. Remember, these two guys are comedians, okay? They started their career off as trying to be comedians before they became conservative Hodge twins. So it's an act for them. They don't believe this garbage. At the end of the day, they know that the vast majority of their audience are white conservative men. And so they're going to pander to those guys because that's what's paying their bills. That's what's making them rich. But there's no way that they could actually believe this garbage. Now, let's move into another point of contention that I have with the Hodge twins. And that is that while they have woken up to the Israel situation and how they are running so much of everything in our world, I think that they're jumping on the bandwagon of it because the Israel lobby isn't paying them. I think that, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, and Hodge Twins, if you see this video, tell me I'm wrong then. But if the Israel lobby came to you and said, hey, we're going to invest $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, $10 million into your podcast, I honestly, because of the way that they support white supremacists, I believe that they would be like all for it. They would be, just another Tel Aviv Tatum. So I don't think that they're genuinely honest in their beliefs. And I think that it would serve their audience well if they would be. Because they do have a big following. So they have a big voice in the conservative space. And if you want to bring more people of different ethnic backgrounds into conservatism, well, the Hodge Twins would be a perfect avenue for that. But they would have to stop pandering to the white supremacist section of the conservative base. They would have to shift their narrative to say that crap is wrong, but you can still believe in conservative fiscal values of low taxes and social conservatism of not having 6'3" hairy grown men wearing dresses teaching 4 and 5 and 6-year-olds about sex ed. I agree with that. I think that's a wrong thing. I don't think a female teacher, a real biological female teacher, should be teaching a 6-year-old about sex ed, let alone a man wearing a dress with painted nails and makeup who makes him look like some kind of a clown out of a scary movie. So you can have those conservative values while still saying racism and bigotry are wrong and do not hold to the conservative values. But the problem is you have the extreme left and you have the extreme right, and they're the loudest voices. And the vast majority, I would say 90% of Americans are somewhere in the middle, just barely off to one spectrum or another. And it's infuriating because there's nobody in that middle space that is producing high quality content. I'm trying to do it, but I'm a small creator on the rise. So it's going to take time for our platform to grow. But I'm talking about guys with millions of followers. I don't see it. I think the Hodge Twins could be it, but they choose not to. They continue to pander to the extreme right. Tell me I'm wrong in the comments.